should not like the color purple. This is the first time that I remember lying to my family about who I was. And this tendency to lie or keep a part of myself actually lasted throughout my childhood and young adulthood. And it's not really that surprising. See, I'm very different than the vast majority of my family, right? My family, my small town, conservative, Midwestern family. And none more so than my father. See, while I liked music and theater and dance, he was into sports and hunting and fishing. While I was on the debate team, in chorus, in band, he was the star linebacker for his high school football team and took them to a state championship his senior year. While I appreciate a good Bella's Two-Hearted, he likes Busch Light and will only drink Busch Light. So it's not surprising then when I was younger, I literally did not invite my family, my parents specifically, to like big events. They didn't come to debate tournaments. They didn't come to music concerts. They didn't come to theater productions. Because the reality was, I didn't want them there. I was afraid that they would be ashamed of me because I was different than them. Even more so, I was terrified that they would see me and they would just know something about me that I was surely not ready to do. When I did finally come out to them at the age of 22, it was almost transactional, if not confrontational. I was like, hey, I'm gay. Do you have a problem with it? But this all changed when I was 24. See, at the age of 24, I got my first boyfriend. His name was, well, we'll call him John. John was handsome. He was smart. He had a good job. I introduced him to my friends, and they actually liked him. We exchanged keys. We spent almost every night together. He called me Peanut because he likes peanut butter. So then we had effectively 4 months of bliss, and I fell for him hard. Absolutely fell in love with him. And then, to be honest, I thought that he might be the one. So fast forward a couple months, and on a random Thursday, I get this text message that says, "Hey, can you come over after work? I have something I need to talk to you about." And I'm thinking, this isn't good. And of course, it's like middle of the day on Thursday, and like not really hard. But I'm like, okay, it's nothing, no big deal. And then I start thinking about the week, and I'm thinking like, okay, what's going on? Like, was there something weird? He was a little weird. He was a little standoffish. Oh my God. And I start getting more anxious, and I start getting more excited, and I start realizing I'm really, really worried like something's wrong. Really wrong. I know what's wrong. Oh my God, he's gonna break up with me. Or something is wrong, right? So I literally tell my boss, I have to go. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. I have to go home. And I leave the office and I go directly to his place. And I find him on the couch with his head in his hands, and I said, "John, what's wrong? What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong." Someone else. Someone else? Someone else. And the worst part about the situation was I had agreed months prior to go with my family to this remote lake house in western Illinois. Remote. Away from the people that mattered. People that knew me. My friends, the people that I could actually talk to and that actually understood my relationship. I didn't have any of that. I was totally alone. And I got there with my family and I was an absolute mess. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I would sneak away for hours just to cry by myself. And I'm sure my family knew that something was wrong, right? But we didn't have that relationship. We didn't talk about these things because I never ever shared those things. And after 2 days or so of just absolute agony, I just broke down. And I found my dad by the lake, and he was cleaning the fish, deboning the fish, which is the most masculine, macho thing you can possibly do. And I break honest, that my friend and I aren't getting along, and I don't know how to handle it. And he says, okay, here's what we're going to do. Grab that cooler, fill it with beer. Grab your little brother, and we're going fishing. And if the beer doesn't help, your little brother is going to talk your ear out so much, you're not going to be able to think about anything else. And against my better judgment, I agreed. And so for the next 2.5, 3 hours, I sat in front of this tiny little fishing boat, little fucking Illinois, with my dad in the middle, my brother in the middle, my dad in the back, and I literally pushed light in my hand, and I'm just crying to the lake. And to be honest, I mean, just let it all go. And the reality is it helped. It got better. Like, just that 2 hours, 3 hours helped. And of course, 4 months later, I finally got over the heartbreak. Things got a little better, etc. But what's really interesting is that my relationship with my dad improved. Because, see, we were never able to connect about music or theater. Definitely not musical theater. We were never able to